Alrighty, guys, welcome back. We are back at it. CCS BC Championships coming to you live from the Lakeside Resort in Penticton, British Columbia. We have Phil Taranjo, or Taranju, depending on what side of the border you're on, versus Serge Centaur. Phil Taranju, very, very accomplished player. His brother is Stan Taranjo. Stan's gone on to play many of the bigger events, as well as represent Canada over in China. Steven definitely knows how to play the game. I would imagine that you're going to see a battle between Phil and Eric at some point, would be one of my guesses on the B side. And guys, once again, if you are just joining in, help me out, smash that share button. It is myself, Grant Zemp, sitting on the microphone with you. Ryan's getting ready to play his match. He starts at 9 o'clock tonight, roughly an hour from now. In the meantime and in between time, it is myself. I will take care of you. I'll be the host for the remainder of the evening, or up until the point where Ryan is done. And thanks for tuning in, everybody. Certainly appreciate it. Phil makes a ball on the break. He is using the magic rack. He does have to make that available for Serge if he wants to use it. And I would suspect you're going to see him try to remove this magic rack, because I don't know if I'd want to shoot this one over top of that magic rack. And Royce, you are 100% correct in answering Thomas. It is Mercury Ultra. Thanks, Andrew. Much appreciated. So, given that he's going to be shooting over top of this magic rack and not taking it out, because the 1 and 9 are both resting on it, I'm playing straight tops on this. I'll just shoot the gap between the 5 and the 2. He decides even better than that. He'll try and play a safety. He did get there. 1 does not pass the 5 down to the bottom left. But it does leave a 1-5 combination on to the bottom right. And Jeff, I would imagine that that is St. Edward, Nebraska in the house. Thanks for tuning in, Jeff. So the rack gets removed. Going to be a tougher safety here. If he is going to try to find a safety, I might have to swing at this 1-5 combination. Really not a good safety. In order to play safe, you're going to have to do a lot of moving with that cue ball. Makes it really difficult. Mr. Sean Jolly, what's going on, my man? We'll be down your neck of the woods here a couple of weeks from now. And he did take a swing at it. Does he get the jelly roll love? He did, on the fact that he didn't scratch there, but I believe that he has left this 1 ball on for Phil. Should see a 1-3 combination here. Gotta be careful of this shot, though. You gotta control your weight on the cue ball and where that 1 ball ends up. Gotta be careful. I think he has gone a little bit too far for this 1 ball. And again, same type of deal. There's really not a good safe play here. So I'm going to kick off this right-hand side rail. Try to go 2 rails, make the 1 ball into the bottom left while maintaining shape for the 2 ball into the bottom right-hand corner. Even though I can see the outside edge of this 1 ball, it's such a tough, touchy safety. He's going to try to kick it the other way. That was a tough kick. I might have tried to go 2 rails the other way. Kick off that right side rail, then the bottom rail. However, that'll bring Serge to the table with a good look here. Play this 1 ball bottom left, same pocket as the 2 ball. And you play that 1 ball into the bottom left, shoot straight across the table, 2 ball, same pocket. Puts you in good for the 4 ball to the side pocket. You do want to maintain some angle on this 4 ball. You do not want to end up straight on it. So a couple of options here. You can roll up and, like I said, play that 4 to the side pocket. You can also go up on top. Earthquake, earthquake. We got guys kicking the camera. Came up a little bit short there. He definitely wanted to be higher up on that. Still shouldn't pose as any problem though. 4 ball down to the bottom right. Putting a little bit of left-hand spin on the cue ball. Go back down underneath the 5 and pop back out again. Oh, not into it, but he got away with it. Although that is really, really, really close to the work. But it shouldn't pose any problem for Serge here. Pot this to the bottom left-hand pocket. Pretty much auto shape for the 7 ball. From there, duck soup. And with that shot, this should tie the match. We have a tie ball game. So we'll jump to one of our sponsors here, guys, Karma Tattoos. And Barnaby is not where they're from. It is my spelling mistake. It is Burnaby, British Columbia. That is where they're based out of. Not only tattoos, piercing as well. If you are in and around that area looking for some new ink, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook or Twitter. I've talked to Patrick about some ink that I'd like to do, so he will be the one that's doing it for me. And of course, and as always, guys, very, very important when we put those sponsors up. Whether you're into ink, not into ink, looking to get it or not, let them know you saw them on Q Sports Live. You appreciate what it is they're trying to do to help add to our game. Anybody that's in support of pool, those are the ones that we want to be able to support back. Whether it's a note, an email, a text, a smoke signal. Let them know you saw them on Q Sports Live. Serge with the break. Makes a ball and gets really nice shape on this 1 ball here. Putting the 1 ball into the top right-hand corner. Does have to be careful of that 7 ball. So when you hit this, might put a little bit of left-hand spin on that. Because I don't think you're going to be able to go to the right side of the top table. Going to have to go to the top left-hand side of the table for 2 into the top right. Hit that beautifully, maintains angle there. This one can also get very tricky here. Put this 2-ball top right. He's got perfect angle. He can come down, either shoot the gap between the 6 and the 8, or to the left side of the 8, put the 3 into the bottom left-hand pocket. And whether you land dead straight in this or not, no big issue for sitting down there like a big old duck. Does he get the jelly roll here? He certainly does. He's paid his dues. The party is here. You mean the jackalope hunter? What's going on, Alex Walker? Doesn't want to overshoot it. Should be okay from there. Nice pocket weight shot, bottom left on the cue ball. Come off the side rail, let that juice action take effect. That'll set him up nice for the 6-ball down to the bottom right-hand corner. Just like that. From here, it's a hit and a stick, maybe a touch of draw, depending on his angle. 2 ways you can play it. Draw big, put the 7 into the right-hand side pocket, or draw a touch. Maintain a little bit of angle for 7 to the top right. The surgeon for sure. He's making quick work of this. 7-ball top right-hand corner, draw for the 8 to the bottom left. Again, you want to maintain a little bit of angle here. And the commentator's curse is back. And Phil comes in with a beautiful bank shot. Maintains his angle on the 8. Forward 2 rails. Put the 9 ball into the top right-hand corner. Underhit a little bit, but shouldn't pose as any problems for Phil. Just like that. And once again, guys, another word from one of our sponsors, Bob Danielson Custom Cues. Home of the Sweet Spot SS360 low deflection shaft. This is the same shaft that all of us here at Q Sports Live are using. Myself, Ryan, as well as Ben. You can hit him up on Facebook. Go to his website, www.bdcuesandcomics.com. We do have some of those shafts available with us here. If you are in and around Penticton, British Columbia, come and take a test hit. Hey, thanks, Tim. Much appreciated. Millie, welcome back. Terry, how are you? Welcome back. And guys, once again, if you're new to Q Sports Live, let me know that you are a first-time viewer. I'll give you a shout-out on the stream. And while you're at it, smash that share button. That's that share button down on the bottom left-hand side. Smash that thing. Invite your friends, families, share it to any of the pool groups that you're members of. The more, the merrier. Where is the one and only at? Depends which one and only. Ben Francis or Ryan Epp. Ben Francis is back in Calgary. It is his son's birthday, so he's going to hang out in Calgary with his son. Ryan Epp is getting ready to play. That leaves myself on the microphone. O'Neill DaCosta still in the house. O'Neill, my brother, share it up. Let's see if we can get some other viewers from Jamaica in the house. Dan, we are definitely streaming in Niagara Falls this year. no Ben tonight. He is back in Calgary. Keith, my brother, thank you very much for sharing. So with that miss from Phil, Serge steps to the table shooting the 4 ball. 5 will go by the 9 ball into the top right-hand corner. I don't know if I would try to shape this out for a 5-9 combination. I'm just going to take the run out from here. Shoot the 4 ball into the bottom left-hand corner. I want to maintain a little bit of angle on this 5 ball. Not a whole lot, because I'm only shooting at a half a pocket. But I definitely want to maintain a little bit of angle so I can go forward, play the 7 ball into the same pocket as the 5 ball. Sounds like a plan, Dan. But again, the same thing. Want to have a little bit of angle on this 7 ball, not too much. Just enough so I can draw off of that 7 ball. Put the 8 ball into the bottom left-hand table as you look at it. A hit and a stick for the 9 into the top right. I don't know if he got any angle on that 5. He looks really, really straight here. So he may have to almost hit this at break speed and do kind of that force left-hand cheat. Little bit too much of a force. Hey, Michael, we'll see you there. Thanks for always tuning in. We certainly appreciate it. And with that comment, Mr. Cree, that will be deleted. First, final, and last warning. We are not biased towards Calgary players. And if you had tuned in at any point in time throughout it, you would know that. First, last warning. Comments like that will not be tolerated. First time local viewer, Bruce. Thanks for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. For yourself and anybody else that is new to Q Sports Live, welcome to it. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go on to either the Facebook page or the YouTube page and hit either the like or the subscribe button. By doing so, each and every time we go live, you'll be notified. You'll have the option to join in on the stream. And it'll be the same then as what it was today. Point and click easy, no forms to fill out, and nothing to pay. Joke or not, you know by now, Mr. Cree, that is not at all going to be something that we're going to tolerate here. We are not biased, not in the least little bit. We happen to be from Calgary, so if there's Calgary guys on the stream, of course, we're going to seem a little bit biased. However, that is not the case. What we want to see here is just good pool. Beverly, thanks for tuning in from Wisconsin. Josh from Louisiana. And looks like we do have a match here on this other table. Trying to see if I can get some names here. Can you find out who his opponent is? What his name is? Peter, thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Correct. Sorry, guys, just trying to get, I think he goes to 5. Whoops. Just trying to get this other table sorted out so I can bring you both. All right, let's move on over to the split screen. We have not Eric Vargas. This is Stephen Halem versus Johnny K. The score over here is now 3-1 for Phil. David, thanks for tuning in. Huh? Oh. And apparently I missed a few games with Steven. He's up 2-0. Las Vegas checking in. Thanks, Marshall. John is watching with your 2-year-old from Illinois. John, let me know the name of your 2-year-old. I'll give your 2-year-old a shout out on the stream. No troubles at all, Millie. We'll be here all weekend long, right up until end of day Sunday. Rick, what's going on? Tasha, thanks very much. Greatly appreciated. I've got my work cut out for me, guys. I am trying to watch 2 different tables, 4 different guys, keep track of the scores as well as the comments, and commentate on what's going to happen. So I've got my work cut out for me here. So Stephen Halem at the table on the left screen. Well, hello, Charles. Thanks for tuning in to Q Sports Live and watching with your dad. We appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. John of all trades. The frozen tundra of eastern Montana. You gotta love it, Rick. Where are you setting up in Niagara Falls? We're not sure, Sean. Excuse me. When we get there, that's kind of when we decide on where we're going to set up. So with Steven at the table here, this is more than likely going to make this a 3-0 lead. I don't know whether he's going to try to rub or get dead straight. 7 into the top right, bottom on the cue ball. Not sure if he got enough. This is going to be very, very close. Straight tops on this cue ball. Try and pinch off that side pocket. Oh, he tried to horn hook him. Wow, what a smart shot. Not something I would have thought of, but I don't know if he got there. Sounds good, Chad. Oh, we're going to be in at the Sheraton. Sheraton on the Falls. Yeah, I didn't think he got on there. So with that, Johnny's scratched one back. Makes it a 2-1 deficit. This is Serge at the table, shooting the 7, pretty much a hit and a stick. Well, he got the hit and the stick, forgot one of the key ingredients. You gotta make the shot. Yeah, I think we're gonna be in there on Monday as well, Sean. Darcy brackets online, absolutely. They are on CompuSport. When you get to CompuSport, you'll want to click on the link that says Raid CCS British Columbia Championships. And Debbie, same type of deal. They are all on CompuSport. It lists, and you can stock your favorite player, your favorite team in any of the events. So all weekend long is, we've got 9-ball action, we've got Scotch doubles action, we have 8-ball singles, 9-ball teams, 8-ball teams. We will be bringing it all to you live from now up until end of day Sunday. So lots of action going on. Also lots of skill and various talent. You'll have guys like Stephen Halem that, like Millie said, make it look like watching a ballet. Very smooth. Knows how to hold a cue. Fargo rating is 752. Right on down the list to an amateur player. We do not, on Q Sports Live, say you have to be a certain caliber in order to play. We are here for the love of the game. We will let anybody play on the stream. That's what we're here for. Stephen Halem, Josh, is probably the top guy in the room. Fargo rating is 752. And right on down the line. So Serge definitely knows how to hold a cue as well. Phil Tourangeau, very, very accomplished player. He is the brother of Stan Tourangeau. Stan has represented Canada in China. Johnny Kay, this is my first look at him, so I'm not sure of his skill level. So Darcy, what you want to go do is Google CompuSport. That will bring up the site. Once you click on that, you'll be able to see all the different tournaments and so on and so forth that are going on that are using CompuSport. And once you get there, just look for the Raid CCS BC Championships. That's where you'll find all of the brackets, all of the player names, and so on and so forth. Jimmy, I'm absolutely sure about anybody. Anybody is allowed to play on our live stream. If that's what you were referring to. And Stephen regains the 2-game lead over Johnny. Serge at the table on the right, shooting the 8-ball. He is on the beach. Really, really tough shot here. Got to jack up. But hey, why not? 3 rails to the side pocket. Or 2 rails to the side pocket, I guess. Leaves himself to bank 9 to the bottom left-hand corner. It is in. Serge cuts that lead. And while these guys are both racking here, guys, throw up one of our other sponsors. It is the Sure Shot Billiard site. Genius little device. If you're a newcoming player, it will show you how to cut to the left, cut to the right. Once you get past that stage, what I use it for is checking my stroke. It will tell you in real time if you have a twist in your wrist, and you'll be able to correct that in real time. If you go onto the Sure Shot Billiard site, www.sureshotbilliardsite.com, put in the discount code CSL Pool, all capital letters. You'll get a 10% discount on that little device. Genius level as far as I'm concerned. So you'll find in the 9-ball Singles, it is a handicapped event. That is the handicap that you see to the right of the score. Stephen has to race to 7. Johnny's got to race to 5. Both Phil and Serge also both have to race to 7. And there is Steph Toy with the link to CompuSport. I will pin that at the bottom of the comments. Copy and paste that link into your web browser. That will take you directly to it. Serge comes up with an absolute monster break. And even with the monster break, he gets 1 ball down. He is on the 1 ball. Looks like the 1-2 combination is on to the bottom right-hand side of the table. Absolutely, Janine, and it does work. The really good thing about that sure shot, and that's exactly what I use it for, the same thing that Janine did, is the twist in the wrist, because it does give you real-time information that you can correct in real time. So when you're stroking and you're twisting your wrist, that little sure shot will make it extremely obvious. And you can then train your muscle memory to take that out. And just an absolute genius little device. And really for $25 Canadian, you cannot go wrong with it. So Johnny at the table here, shooting 5 to the 6, has to be careful here. May end up playing a safety here. If it was me at the table playing against a guy like Stephen Halem, I'm going to make this 5 ball. A little bit of draw off the left-hand side rail, go back down table, so I'm just about back where he is now. I'm going to send the 6 2 or 3 rails out, put the cue ball in behind the 7 and the 9 ball. Matthew, we just put up one of the sponsors for Q Sports Live. It is the Sure Shot Billiards site. I'll show you again real quick. That's what it is right there. Genius little device. That is one of the sponsors here for Q Sports Live. And Paul, yes, they are Valley tables. They do roll a little bit slower than perhaps what you've seen on a diamond table or a Warenka or Race On. But I gotta say, for them being Valley tables, they're actually rolling not too bad. I don't know if I'd play the safe here on this shot. I'm gonna draw and make this 5 ball. 1 rail back. And he decided, never mind, I want to dig in and go for it. And definitely one of the aspects of the game that we can never predict. There are many, many ways to run out a table and many ways to do a breakout or a safety. I'm just going to give you the perspective as to what I would do. But in my opinion, the safe was the safest play that you could have done. Take that 5 ball, draw off a rail, use the 6, send it around 3 rails, and park the cue ball. However, he may have this cut. And dang near made the 9 ball. So all in all, not bad. That leaves Stephen really not a good look at the 6 ball. And depending on how Stephen is feeling, there are a couple of different shots that you could do. Bank the 6 to the left-hand side pocket. Chip off the edge of the 6, 2 rails, leave the cue ball behind the 8 ball, play safe. Go off the top side of the 6 ball, put it on the top rail, sending the cue ball down to the top rail. He elects, never mind. Even though it's after 8 o'clock here in Penticton, BC, the banks are open for Stephen. From there, it is a shooting gallery, like shooting fish in a barrel for Mr. Halem. I would anticipate him getting out here. 3 rails around. 9 ball going to the bottom right-hand pocket. Oh, hey, no troubles at all, Matthew. With that, Steven takes a 3-game lead. So he has covered the spot, or covered the handicap. And we have Phil at the table on the right-hand screen, about to break. And he smashes it, makes a ball on the break. He can see the 1 ball. Depending on how he's feeling, he may take this one to the side. But if I know Phil's game, he is probably going to play this safe. Kind of like I thought he would. Steven's actually using the Revo shaft. I agree, Michael. Add another element into the event. And I agree, Tasha. He is an extremely good shot. Johnny K comes up dry. Steven on the 1 ball. You're going to see a safety play here. Chip off the bottom side of the 1 ball. Hide behind the 5. Sitting perfect. Phil with a safety shot on his table on the right screen. There is David Evans himself, the owner and creator of the Sure Shot billiard site that we just had up. Chad, I can tell you, the Revo shaft he's playing with is a carbon fiber shaft. And if you wanted my honest opinion, it hits extremely well. However, I'm going to wait. The Jacoby Black shaft is coming out. It is a carbon fiber as well. I've hit with both the Revo and the Jacoby Black. And I prefer the Jacoby Black just due to the taper on it. So sorry, Matthew, I didn't get to see what shot you were in reference there. I was reading the comments and took my eyes off the screen for a minute. But on the left-hand table, Steven at the table, it is going to be a shooting gallery for him. I do not see any issues with Steven getting out here. Serge with a really nice safety shot on the right-hand table. Yeah, OB makes some nice product for sure. The shaft I'm talking about is Jacoby. Jacoby Custom Cues, they are also a sponsor of Q Sports Live. We will be getting in a couple of those carbon fiber shafts hopefully soon. Once we get those, if you want to take them out for a test run, let us know. We'll hand you our cue. You can go take them out for a test hit. I can tell you I have hit with them in Niagara Falls, and they are absolutely amazing. Jacoby makes the Jacoby Black shaft, absolutely. Patrick Neal, how are you? So Steven shooting the 8-ball. Two ways that you can play this 8-ball to get shaped to the 9 straight tops. That'll put you on, I guess depending on how much top you put, either on the left or the right side of the 9-ball. Option 2, draw into that 8-ball with some left-hand spin, go around 2 rails, and shoot the 9-ball to the top right-hand side. Come on, BJ, I don't have your kind of cash. I wish I had a Ferrari. Will you have them in Niagara? We're hoping. We're hoping that we'll have both sponsors' cues. So the Jacoby Black shaft, hopefully we'll have by then, and also the T3 jump brake cue. We're hoping that we have both of those for Niagara Falls. Shirley, how much? How much for which? The Jacoby Black or the T3? And because they are sponsors of Q Sports Live, we do have a little bit of a deal that we can do on those. So if you are in the market and are looking for one, message the page. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know what that deal is. Nice controlled break from Steven there. It is the golden break. However, in this event, it only counts if the 9-ball is made in the bottom 4 pockets. So both left and right side pockets and the bottom left and right corner pockets. Sorry guys, I missed putting up the score for Steven. Thanks, BJ. Trying to do my best to keep track of absolutely everything, the score, who's playing what should be played, so on and so forth. I have to read that after. Mark's trying to put another challenge on me. Not only watch both tables, all 4 players, keep track of the score, as well as commentate on the match. He wants me to read something on Facebook off of his phone, which I'm sorry, at this point I don't have any more mental capacity to do that. I cannot read it right now. I'm trying to work. But I appreciate the offer to really try to keep me on my toes. Oh, the black shaft. Black shafts are $475 USD plus shipping and handling. The tip size on those are one of what I think is the best. They come in at a standard 12.3. Are you not allowed to have a Mr. T Mohawk in this event? If you really want one. If you really want one, you can have one. But like I said, Shirley, on those Jacoby Blacks, just send us a message and I'll get back to you because we do have a little bit of a discount. It's nothing major. We're not allowed to do that, but it is something. Ryan, absolutely. We do carry some of the BD SS360 shafts. We do have them with us. Prevail jump cues. We have some that you can test hit, as well as the IQ. Play safe here. I'm assuming you're mentioning on Steven's game. Steven, I believe, is actually going to try to kick this 4-ball in. Go 1 rail to the left side rail with some right-hand spin and try to make that 4-ball. Got to be careful, though, because you can get stuck behind the 8 or the 9-ball. Concerning the tip, am I a nickel or a dime guy? Depends on the size that I'm playing with. If I'm playing with a 12.3, perhaps a dime size. Anything bigger than that, I'm a nickel. He is sporting the hat. He's incognito. That's his disguise, BJ. You are correct. We are at the Tropicana. That is for ACS Vegas Championships. We will be there. So Johnny at the table on the little bit of draw on this 8. Put the 9 ball into the top left. Edward checking in from Phoenix. What's going on, brother? Hit that absolutely perfect. Leave himself a really, really good shot on this 9 ball. So Phil at the table with a great hit on that 6 ball. The good old Z shot. And it looks like Steven gave Johnny the 9 ball there, so that'll put him 5-2. On the right-hand table, I'm not sure if I haven't missed a score here. I'll double check. 5-3 for Phil. I missed 2. 2 on the right-hand table. So that'll bring Serge to the table, trailing 5-2, shooting the 6 ball. Ooh. So I'm going to play this 6 into the top left-hand corner. A little bit of a draw off the left-hand side rail for the 7 into the right-hand side pocket. He could just straight draw it. That will also work. Seven ball into the right-hand side pocket. I'm going to hit and stick here because I want the angle on the 8. And he did just that. 8 ball into the bottom left-hand corner. Bottom right-hand spin on this cue ball is what I would be doing. Other option is to go forward with left. And he played it the way I would have. Bottom right-hand spin. Didn't quite get all of it that he wanted, but shouldn't be any issues at all. Oh, I'll tell you what, did she ever light it up in NAPT Division II Ladies Championships in Phoenix. She absolutely lit it up. 5-3 the score. They are both racing to 7 on the right-hand table. Johnny with an attempted safety there. Does let Steven see the 1 ball. Yeah, it just takes a minute for it to update. Bethany put on an absolute display of what having basic fundamentals down flawlessly will get you. Because she put on an absolute display of basic fundamentals. Hey, thanks, Chad. It is something all the viewers really enjoy. However, from a commentator's perspective, it makes it really, really, really tough. I got to follow 4 players, try to commentate both matches, keep track of score, as well as read all the comments that you guys give. So it is, it is a little bit of a challenge, but I'm up for the task. You heard that correct. They are looking at adding Division III. So with that miss from Johnny, that'll bring Steven to the table on the left-hand side. Issue on the table is the 5-7. And going from the 4 ball to break that out, not sure I'm a fan of that. But when a guy like Steven Halem is at the table, he can work some magic. Magic that I don't often see. Nice shot from Phil on the right-hand table. Although I'm not sure if that 4 passes the 6 ball. All right, here we go. This is the breakout shot right here. He's going to take 3 to the top left and break out. Nice little rub. That'll leave him a little bit of a longer cut on this 4 ball. And Phil looking really good here to get onto the hill. Steven gets a jelly roll on the left-hand table. Phil shooting the 7 on the right, just past the 9 ball, straight up for the 8 ball into the bottom left-hand pocket. Does come up a little bit short, but shouldn't be an issue. 2 rails around, 9 ball into the top right hand. Oh, decides to put inside on it instead. Yeah, he makes it look easy. And sometimes when you're commentating and you kind of think he's going to do one thing, he completely does another. Nice little pocket weight shot, 9 ball to the top right hand for Steven. That'll put him at 6. This is happening so quick, I don't even get to think about anything here. That'll put Steven Halem at 6 on the hill. Give another quick shout out to one of our sponsors here. It is Jam Up Apparel. Go check out their website, www.jamupapparel.com. Some of the best designs in pool gear that you're going to find. Not only the best designs, but comfortability, wearability, the best in the business. It was Jam Up Apparel that supplied all of the shirts for Q Sports Live in the Alberta Cup. They have men's, they have ladies, they even have kids. If you haven't done so already there either, go on to their Facebook page and smash their like button. And guys, once again, if you can, help me out, smash that share button here. You'll have to bear with me. I am Baron and on the mic by my lonesome. So I'm trying to keep track of both sides of both scores, commentate on who's doing what, as well as keep track of the comments coming in from you guys. So if I do miss something, guys, bear with me. I got my hands full. Sorry, I might have marked that wrong on Phil's game. Okay. 6-4. Thank you. All right, there's the updated score on the right-hand table. I missed one somewhere. I know I'm right on the left-hand table because they're using flip cards. Thanks, Shirley. I will get back to you right away. At some point tonight is what I mean by right away. So let's see if Johnny can make something happen, claw himself back into this match. The 5 ball will pass the 9 ball into that top left-hand corner. He does have the angle, just a nice slow roll up. May draw. That will also work. 6 to the bottom right-hand corner, pretty much a hit and a stick. Don't want to draw too much and shorten up the angle for the 7 ball. Thanks, Keith. Patrick, I'm doing my best, my brother. What's the score on Ryan's match? I wish I knew. That is getting into things that are beyond my capability. Trying to watch both tables, both players, the comments, and keep score is about the max of what I can do. But once Ryan gets back on the hill, we'll certainly update you on how he did. And I like Johnny's chances here to get out. He does have angle on this 8 ball. He can go tops on this ball, go off the rail, have the 9 ball to the top left. And hit that absolutely. Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to get a roll. I thought he was going to roll into that side pocket. It was looking hungry. But with that, Johnny claws one back. Hey, thanks, Jill. I appreciate it. Good evening, Jim. How are you? Thanks, Shirley. Yeah, Matthew, I don't know if I can do anymore. I think I'm maxed out. Phil at the table, shooting at the 1 ball. It's hiding behind the 8 ball. Or sorry, that's Serge at the table. Shooting at the 1 ball. It's hiding behind the 8 ball. That is pretty much jail time. He might have to do the Z shot here. Looks like that's what he's eyeballing for. Off both side rails, try to connect with the 1 ball sitting behind the 8 and catch a rail. Hopefully get that 9 moving into a good spot. Sorry, Steph, is that CompuSport not doing it? So I'll repin this one. That'll be the link into the brackets for the event. You'll be able to follow along or stock your favorite player or team. I may as well, BJ, but they don't pay me enough for that. Yeah, you know it, Clark. That happened last night, and I did not take advantage because I'll tell you what, when I got here to Penticton, I was some tired. I was in bed at 9 o'clock last night. I was just drained right out. So Phil with an attempted safety there. I don't think he got there based on him smacking the table. That may, in fact, leave that 1-9 combination on for Serge. He can make this a 1-game deficit. And Johnny on the other table. No shot at the 1 ball here. Even the 1 rail kick is tough. He's in a little bit tough here. But if he can find a way to win this game, it'll sure make it interesting. That puts Hill on the left-hand table if Johnny can find a way to win here. On the right-hand table, Serge gets the hit, but not the combo. That'll bring Phil to the table, shooting 1 to the bottom left-hand side. Sorry, bottom left-hand corner. If he can see that much, again, I'm assuming he can see that angle, but if he can, put the 1 ball into the bottom left-hand corner, a little bit of a draw shot, maybe a little bit of right-hand spin, and just go in behind for the 2 ball to the top right-hand corner. Yeah, Ted was definitely being a bad influence, but I learned my lesson from last year, and I was honestly, I was just too tired. I just couldn't do it. Oh, great shot from Phil there. Felt he couldn't hit that 1 ball and hold it, so goes around 2 rails behind the 2 ball and hits it to perfection. Can't tell if the 3 ball passes the 6 to the bottom right-hand corner. If it does, it'll be straight top on the 2 ball, off a side rail. Peter Chow, how are you, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. And based on the way he hit that 3 has to go by the 6. He might not have a lot of a pocket, but it's got to go by the way that he hit that. 3 ball bottom right off a rail, 6 into the same pocket. Maintain a little bit of angle though. And I do believe he's got there. So if it was me at the table, I'm putting the 6 ball into the bottom right, straight top on that cue ball, maybe even a touch of left, and go back down table for the 7 into the left side pocket. something like that. Does want to have a little bit of angle here too, though. I'd want angle, put the 7 into the left middle pocket off the rail, right across to the right-hand side of the table for the 8 to the top left. For myself, O'Neill, I am not a fan of red cloth. With red cloth comes red chalk and all the other things that come with it, and I'm myself personally not a fan of red. Oh my! Phil Tarango to close it out. Miscues on the 8-ball. He does get a good hit, but miscues on the 8. That's going to leave Serge simple to get back within 1. Steven at the table looking good to close out his match. 8-ball, bottom right-hand pocket, 9-ball top left. Nice simple little draw shot there. Johnny gets up to shake his hand. He is your winner. Stephen Hallam takes down the match. From there, finally I get to go back to a single screen. And I can put my eyeballs back inside my head. Union the post. Unpin the post is where I think you were going with that, Steph. But I will certainly union the post. So Serge takes down that game, brings it within game. Oops, I've put Phil up there as the winner. He is not. I'll take the blame, Millie. I apologize. Hey, thanks, Ben. We actually have it on Q Sports Live quite often. It's kind of one of our go-tos, especially in the team events. We don't want you guys to miss out on any of the action. However, I don't want to leave it on the split screen when there's nothing going on the other table. So the split screen is great for the viewers, but it is really tough when you're commentating, especially commentating by yourself. Usually we also have the PTZ camera, which is the pan, zoom, and tilt. We don't have it set up at this point. We will get that set up at some point, either tonight or tomorrow morning. And with that camera, we can zoom right in on any shot, just about anywhere in the room. That's the one that we give you tours of where we are. Yeah, I haven't seen him actually play with the glove since he's been playing with the Revo. Hey, no troubles, Ben. Welcome back. Glad you came back to view. Like I said, guys, with all the compliments that we get here with the commentating and being interactive, it is that is by design. Just so you know, that is something that we are very cognizant of. It's one of the things I think that separate Q Sports Live. But as we've mentioned numerous times, without our viewers, and I think we've got some of the best viewers around the world. We are followed by 63 countries around the world. But that credit goes out to you guys. Without you guys tuning in, I would be sitting here talking to myself looking like a fool. The match we're currently watching is a B-side match. Johnny did not win. Steven was the winner in that match. And we have Phil Tarango at the table now, shooting at the 1-ball. I kind of like him swinging at the 9-ball here. I'm gonna try to play this 9 with nothing but straight tops. And that way, if I miss, I'm going to send that cue ball safe. But I kind of like him shooting this combination, trying to take on this 1-9. But if I know Phil, he's just going to do a hit and a stick and send the 1 ball safe. Oh, I was wrong. He must have been hearing me. He did try to swing at that 9 ball and got safe, which is why I didn't mind him swinging at that 9. He did come close, Millie. Would have made it really interesting had Johnny won that last game. That would have put it hill-hill. That is exactly what I would have attempted there, BJ. Oh, wow. What a jump shot from Serge there. Unfortunately, as the old saying goes, no good shot goes unpunished. And I do believe he is hampered by the 7 on the 2 ball. I don't know if he can see that 2 to the side pocket. You and me both, Millie. It's one of the things that I can't handle it. I can't do it. At some point, I'm telling you, at some point this weekend, I gotta fix it. I don't know. I kind of think he was slashing at that 9 ball. But there's no way to know. Right? Because, I don't know. It felt like he was slashing at that 9 ball. And as I suspected, Serge was hampered by that 7 ball. So that will bring Phil to the table shooting the 2 ball. He's going to shoot this to the top right hand. Top spin on the cue ball. Go past the 7 ball, so he's got the 3 to the side. Decided he could even come off 1 rail, shorten up the shot, which I don't mind. 3 to the side, again, same thing. Straight top off the side rail, not too hard. Oh my. Drew into it for shape. I think he got a little bit lucky there. Probably not the way I would have played it, but this is why he's on that side of the camera and I'm on this side. I've never missed from back here. Done. I'll ask him, BJ. I'll bet you a coffee. Nice little pocket weight shot from Phil there. That'll leave him 6, pretty much a hit and a stick. 7 ball to the top right. I like maintaining that angle with just a hit and a stick here on the 6. That'll give you a nice angle to draw on that 7 ball. He went into it. This will also work. This has now become a race to the 8 ball, 8-9 combination. 7 into the top right hand. Gotta watch the side pocket. So I think I'm gonna hit this with a stun stroke and just go off the side rail and back out. I don't trust the valley table. Nice shot. 8-9 combination for the win. There is your winner. Phil Tourangeau takes it home with an 8-9 combination. I have to ask a question. No, not at all. On the 1 ball where you had the 1-9, were you slashing at the 9 or purposely playing the 2 rail safe? 2 rail safe? BJ Fox, I owe you a coffee, sir. There was some guys. Wouldn't be a lot of. Taramal, I don't think we have too many pro tournaments in Canada. There's still plenty for him to play, but you're going to see a lot of Stephen Halem down in the United States. Sorry, guys, I got somebody yelling in behind me here. You're going to see a lot of Stephen Halem down in the U.S. He is going down for the U.S. Open. BJ, you are correct. He did play the 2-rail safe as opposed to the slash safety, which is probably the way I would have done it. But again, that's why I sit on this side of the camera, guys. So we don't have any matches on at this point. So we will do a quick shutdown restart. We'll get set for the next matches. If there are any tonight, I'm not sure. There's got to be because we haven't played the finals yet. So we will be back. On behalf of myself, Grant Zemp, and the rest of the staff here at Q Sports Live, we thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure you go onto our Facebook page or the YouTube channel. Hit that like or subscribe button. By doing so, you'll be notified when we do come back. In the meantime and in between time, guys, thanks very much for hanging out with me. Appreciate it as always. U.S. Open being the APA amateur event. No, U.S. Open, the pro event, I believe. However, we'll discuss that a little bit more when we do come back. In the meantime and in between time, again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you in a short few minutes here when we are back with the next set of matches. We'll see you in a few.